loved ones. I've done it all, done all those different techniques, different media. If you have a favorite one, I'm more than happy to have a look at that for you. So yes, there's that is nice. And if you have an Shep, if you have a Instagram, if you do art, if you'd like to post a link on my chat, please feel free to drop a link in below, because I don't have a lock on it, and I like to check out other artists because I like to see what people do. So, and that's something I would really like. So if you do have one, don't be shy. If you'd like to, please add it to chat, and then others can also have a look at it and see, check it out, check out your artwork. If you're a sculptor, or if you are a crafter, anything like that, everyone's welcome. So yes, that would be awesome if you'd like to. Otherwise, yeah, this is me. That's who I am. And this is what I do. And I do stream twice a week. So I tend to stream on Sundays, and like I'm doing today, about the same time. And I also stream on Thursday nights, Perth Western Standard Time, Australian Western Standard Time, which is Thursday at 7 p.m. I stream them. If you would like to join me then. This Thursday, I don't know if I'm streaming this week. It all depends on what's happening. What I end up deciding to do, my pussycat, because it's time. He's an old cat and it's time to have him put to sleep, and that's going to be a hard decision. I suspect that's going to be Thursday, so after which time I will not feel like streaming. So that's very nice. I don't usually like to drop links, but I did follow you. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. You don't need to drop a link. It's totally up to you. If you don't want to drop a link, then that's all right. I just give people the opportunity to, if they would like to. But I'm not, I'm happy regardless. If people would like to, only if you would like to. Otherwise, that's quite all right. So I'll just do this. Doesn't actually need much more work done on him. Loving your work. Seems we watch a lot of the same shows. Yeah, they were good shows. I've had a lot of fond memories growing up, watching these sort of shows, and all that nostalgia stuff that's on there already. This is all stuff that I watched when I got home from school. So I did watch Hogan's Heroes, and I watched I Dream a Genie and Bewitched and Gilligan's Island and Hogan's Heroes, of course. What else? Get Smart. A whole pile of stuff. Whole pile of stuff, which is quite interesting. I watched all that, and they were escapism. They were fun and they were harmless and they were great. I loved all of that. But thank you for your lovely comment about my work. I'm glad you like it. Oh, Tummy's making funny noises. I blame Hex for that because she fed me that soup stuff, which I'm going to have another swig of before it gets cold. It's got a bit of a kick to it. It's kind of it's got some chili in it. Oh, it clears your nose, I tell you what. Yeah, so I'm just adding a little bit of mixed magenta, and I've actually mixed magenta and cobalt blue, create this lovely purple, which I'm going to put. Oh, excuse the noises my stomach is making, and that is because of that spicy soup stuff. And I don't mind that. It's actually looking quite good. I don't want to add too much to it because then it'll be too over the top. But I do like to add some dark, you know, like some blues and things, and also some burnt sienna is usually another favorite color of mine. And I do add dark blues into, well, usually into hair, but because his hair is being hidden under, because it's been hidden under a helmet, there's kind of not a lot of hair there. So basically there's not a lot of that sort of thing there to do. Oh, oh, it's twitching. My cheek is twitching. I don't know why. I've been rewatching Bewitched a lot recently. I don't remember what's his name being such a pain, but it's a great show. Bewitched, they switched Darren. I liked the first Darren. I didn't like the second one. A lot of people had that problem that didn't actually like him as an actor. But yeah, he was a pain. But I did like Endora. I will actually be doing a picture of Endora because she's an amazing character and so funny. She actually called him Dagwood, Dum Dum. Yeah, she's a character. She was a very interesting. I liked her as a character because I thought she made it really interesting. You know, she made it very much more funny to watch, and I did like watching it with her in it because she was a bit strange. And yeah, she was a good character. Made me laugh. Now I'm going to make this quite blue because he did have very blue eyes, but of course my blue is not cooperating, of course. Still not the blue I want, so I'm going to use a turquoise blue. Yeah. Like I said, I want his eyes to twinkle, so I'm going to use this turquoise. It's quite a blue. And like have it stand out, like really pop. It's all right, I'll put white in there and remove some of that really bright, but I did like it. So I'm just going to remove some of it, but not all of it. His eyes are not quite that turquoise, but it's good to have it pop out like that. All right, it's looking, oh, hello BL for you. Sorry, I just didn't see you there. You kind of like slipped in there. How are you? How are things going with you? So nice to see you. Hello to you. Chair Bear says, it's looking great. Thank you, Rachel. That's very kind. It is looking good. It's starting to come along. It's actually looking really good. I'm really happy with it. There's not much more to do on it. I have a few more colours. Like I have to put in my ultramarine blue and I have to put in my Payne's grey. And that would be a really good one to do, and I have to do that. It's not really too much more on the skin tone. I don't want to do too much on his skin tone because I think I'll mess it up if I do. And Shep says, I've been wanting to draw her too, specifically the young one from the Halloween episode where she transforms into a child. I was always mesmerized by that costume as a kid. I don't think I remember that one. I'm going to have to check that out. Oh, that's spicy. Clears your sinuses. I tell you, it's got chili in it. I'm going to regret this later, I'm sure of it. My stomach does not like spicy food. That's why I generally that's why I generally don't eat chili and curry and things like that. Oh, I needed that. Oh, now I've got a tickle in the back of my throat. That's not good. Right. Oh, goodness. I love cute genie costumes. It would be cool for Halloween. Yeah. When Hex was little, she dressed up as Genie. a little like genie outfit. It's the one where she turns Darren into a werewolf. Okay, I obviously missed that one because I do not remember that at all. I'm going to go back and watch it. I'm going to have to rewatch that episode for sure. Okay, so now I've got... No, I don't want black. I want a Payne's Grey. I like the blue-black with Payne's Grey, which is kind of almost what's happening in here. I'm going to shake it up because I'm going to be careful how I do this. Move it up a little bit. I will actually paint over this eagle because it was white. Excuse me. It was actually white. I know the symbol of it now because I've seen the Luftwaffe helmets. I've had a look for them. I had I think not my grandfather, my great uncle, one of them, I can't remember which one it was in the Luftwaffe. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I know about that. So yes, that's kind of, this is the color I have to put over here because this is the color of the, I do like the blue. I will put the blue back in here because I do like the light. And I like this color because this is actually the color it was. And it helps when you have it feathered out when it's wet. I just don't want to make it too... Oh, that's better. Now, it was very dark on my reference, so I'm going to have to make it very dark in the areas that count. So in here. And that's why I did it in the pen, and that's why I also did the undercolor on it, so that I could do this. And yes, because if I was just going to paint this in that color, it wouldn't have worked. If I got to paint the helmet in that color, then I would have had to build up the tone, and it wouldn't have worked. So this is actually quite dark in here. Bleeding out, bleeding out, bleeding out. And the helmets were never completely smooth, so there would have been some, you know, variation in it. I'm going to dilute it out a bit. And in here it went lighter, and like I said, I've got to paint over the eagle because it was white. That went in here. I love this color, and I like the effect. And also have to add it in here too. I'm dabbing it because I want to give it the that effect, the kind of metal helmet kind of effect. In parts, just, it's tricky because when you've got a helmet like this, it's got to kind of look authentic, and I think I've done it. But I don't think I saw that episode with the werewolf. Do not think I saw that. So that actually goes darker in there. Stops there. To go through that and then paint it that eagle in again afterwards, because otherwise I can't do it. It kind of looks right, more or less. I like it. That's the color I wanted. I wanted that color, and you can still see the texture of the pen and ink underneath. And I'm just going to paint this in here because that's the color I need in here. And that's the color I need in here. That. That is looking actually rather good. That though does need to be darker in here. That's not bad. I'm happy with the way the helmet has turned out. I was a bit concerned. I was actually a lot concerned about that, the way the helmet was going to go, because I didn't know if I was going to manage it. I'm just going to take this in here. Maybe. There we go. Yes, I like the shape. It works quite well. I like the highlight. It works quite well. Like I said, I was a bit concerned by how that was going to go, but I don't mind it. Now, the next bit, of course, is to do his jacket. Because his jacket is also that kind of weird bluey kind of colour. Fluffy. So I'm just going to, like that. It kind of was a kind of that colour but lighter. Grey. A grey blue. The jacket was similar in colour to the helmet, except it was a jacket. So it's kind of a, not sure, in here like that. Same in here. I do like that colour though. I like the bluey grey. And so in here, I'm not sure what's happening in here. So I'm just going to kind of put that in here because no idea. That was white according to this, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just going to make it all grey. That bit goes over there. That bit was there. Not sure. Not sure actually what this was. Could have been this bit of his collar. Most likely was. Doesn't matter. And that was the other bit of his collar. It's all good. Okay. And in here, buttons. Let's just move this up. Oh, thought I had a picture of him. Oh, never mind. Sure, I had another picture of him, but let me just see. Yes, there it is. There we go. Perfectly fine. And under here, I'll just... Good enough. Good enough. Doesn't really matter. That's not too bad. Looking all right. Colour's not quite right, but that's all right. I have not finished. I need to do the yellow. That makes a big difference. All right, let's see. I need a yellow. So the yellow is actually quite... It will be a medium yellow. Find my yellow. This is a really nice yellow. See this one? Try to shake it away from the thing. Actually, it could be a gamboge. Oh, never mind. I'll do it a yellow and see what I end up with. Very nice yellow. All right, so come back here. Then I choose a medium size brush. No, that's probably a bit too thick. Use this one. And a clean paintbrush. Clean paint. And I have to... Oh, bummer. That one's got blue on it, so it's really tainted the brush already. How's that even possible? Right, I need a clean brush. No trace of paint whatsoever. This one will do. Just get this in here. I still think that's a bit too yellow, but never mind. Oops, no. I've done it wrong already. There you are. There's actually I'm not sure what's happening there. There is a... Oh, plop. All right. Not done that right. That's a... There's actually a white bit I have to paint in. Runs along here. And a bit that runs along here, which I'll have to paint in, which I did not do correctly. And turns out that this here is in here. Hexmondet said redeemed hydrate and then redeemed sing a song. Random. Okay. A random song. Okay, let's redeem hydrate first. So for those of you who don't know, I have a point redeem on my page there, one of which is sing a song. And you can click on it and get me to sing a song. So I'm going to choose a random song because I have a category called random, and I have to find it quickly. Skim through my book. Random. All right. What do I feel like singing? Oh no, I've sung that one already. Ha! All right, let me. I won't take it away yet. Right. I have quite a few, so I got one. I've got one. Just call up the lyrics, and I will call up the lyrics quickly because if I can find my. Oh, there we are. And type it in. Grab my keyboard. Whoops, sorry about that. And hopefully this won't be too horrible for you. See if I can sing this one. See what I end up with. Oh, there you go, first pop. I have been drinking spicy stuff, so hopefully my throat won't give way. So here we go. Clear it a bit because I'm a bit congested now. Okay, let's see if I can hit the high notes. All right, let's see if I can hit the high notes on this one. Oopsie, it's not what I want to do. Right here. All right. Make it smaller. Okay. So this one's called Snowbird. And it's by Anne Murray. It's a really pretty song, so I like it. Let's see if I can sing it. All right. Beneath this snowy mantle, cold and clean, the unborn grass lies waiting for its coat to turn to green. The snowbird sings a song he always sings, and speaks to me of flowers that will bloom again in spring. When I was young, my heart was young then too. Anything that it would tell me, that's the thing that I would do. But now I feel such emptiness within, for the thing that I want most in life's the thing that I can't win. Spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue, and if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. The breeze along the river seems to say that he'll only break my heart again should I decide to stay. So little snowbird, take me with you when you go to that land of gentle breezes where the peaceful waters flow. Spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue, and if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. Yeah, if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. Sorry about that. A bit short of breath, actually. I don't know why. So that one, if you want another song, I'll try and sing a different one. But that was actually, yeah, I don't know why I'm a bit short of breath. Had troubles catching my breath there. So, normally I don't, but there you are. I hope that was okay and it didn't sound too weird. Thank you, Chair Bear, for the little flicky candle things. That's lovely. Thank you for that. No, I don't know why. That was a bit strange. And like I said, I think it was because I've yeah, it feels a bit weird, but there you are. I'm not sure why. But hopefully It's okay. I think it is to do with the soupy stuff. Don't know why that would do that, but you never know. It's maybe I told you my body doesn't really like spicy food. So there you are. I think it was okay. Oh, thank you. I hope that was okay. I think it was. It felt okay. I just felt like I was having problems drawing a breath sometimes for some of it. So, but hopefully that was, okay. Which was, yeah. I'm reasonably happy with that. That song was okay. It's a nice song. But I do like, she's got another song that she sings, and I think the problem with that one, thank you, Hex Mondet, who's cheered 100 bits. Thank you for the bits, my darling. Thank you. That's very lovely of you. Thank you. That's real money. Thank you for the bits. I have to return the favour. That was wonderful. Ta. Oh, came out of my credit card. Oh, you're too kind. That's lovely. What a lovely daughter. How lovely she is. So, yes, I think the problem with that song was that I actually started it a bit low. Because I was expecting it to go quite high. So I started off a bit low, and then I had to kind of commit to it and sing it at that one. So, well, never mind. Never mind. Another one I will have to sing. I have to click that one. I would have sung one of the ones which is I almost sang something else. I was listening in person and on phone with the delay, Lamau. It sounded good. Oh, I'm glad. I'm never sure because my microphone sometimes picks up extra things it shouldn't pick up, and it's weird. And yeah, sometimes it kind of drops out and does odd things. So go figure. I have no idea why, but there you are. Pardon me. Oh, it's repeating on me. That's not good. But anyway, so there you are. There's the there's a snowbird. I do like that song. It's pretty, and I usually sing along on the radio when it comes on, and on my Spotify. I have it on my Spotify. There we are. Me admit I have it on my Spotify. I do like it. It's pretty. There's another Anne Murray song which I almost sung, which is quite a good song. She's actually an interesting artist, a musical artist. It's quite she has some really nice songs, and she's got an interesting tonal range, very similar to mine on a good day. And so I don't mind kind of singing along with her. It's kind of interesting and easier. Whereas if I sing along with, say, I don't know, a lot of the male singers, I find that it'll either be too high or be too low, or and and then I have to keep dropping my pitch or increasing my pitch or whatever it is, and that's actually quite difficult. So I will want to put a little bit of yellow in this here in his mustache, because he does actually have a little bit of, I didn't put any. I know it's looking green now, but it kind of does in the not that yellow though. I will put some white over that, because like I said, sometimes I just like to put some of the colors in. Repeats itself, and sometimes you need a bit of the repeat color just to kind of make it consistent. It's actually not too bad. There's not much more to do on him. I do like his coloring. I do think it needs something, and I don't know what that is. Probably I will put white on it because it does need it. I'm just thinking, just trying to work out what it is that I might need. Just add a bit of white. I'll put a bit of white in his eyebrows, because he's actually got blonde eyebrows. He's got blonde hair, so a bit of orange in here, yellow in here. And in his hair. He's actually got white hair, but I will actually put some of that hair colour in. The birdie is kind of a yellow, has a kind of a yellow thing, but I don't want it that yellow. It's not what I intended to do. I just wanted to add a tint of kind of lemon. No, we'll actually add white. I think white will work better. Thinking I do need, there does need to be some brown in here. Not a lot, just a smidgen, but only here and there, or a dark blue like a ultramarine, but I won't. I'll actually use burnt sienna. Yep, burnt sienna, smidgen. The hex is lurking. Okay, that's quite all right. You can lurk. I have to get a cat in and actually feed her too. Trying to give the cat antibiotics, and it's proving to be quite tricky. So we've decided to try a meat paste, because she won't eat this antibiotic because it's actually very bitter. So I got some meat paste, and she managed to get her to lick it up. Sort of with a little bit of the paste, a little bit of the antibiotic in it. So there's a good chance she might just maybe might, and I do say that might because odds are she won't. She might take the she might be able to eat more if we can give it to her this afternoon. Get her to trick her into mixing it with her food, but we have to do it in small stages because she's actually clued in. She's gotten the idea of what we're doing, and she's become quite clever at foiling us when we try to give her tablets. So, and these are pretty bitter. She needs 3/4 of a tablet, and they've been broken up into quarters, so you can't even give her it all in one hit. You have to kind of break it up, and the problem is she can taste them. So she's, we've tried everything. We've given it to her a pill popper. We've put it in her food. We've we had previously with the other stuff mixed it into a paste. Each time she spat it out. She didn't take it. She just complained. So we haven't been able to get antibiotics into her, and she's very, very sick. So we've managed, we think maybe we'll try this as a last ditch attempt to get her to take these antibiotics. Otherwise, it won't be good. She needs the antibiotics. She's got particularly severe infection. I won't tell you what it is, but it's horrible. Not something you'd want if you're a person, and you would be very, very concerned if you had it. So that is why we're trying to get her to take these antibiotics by whichever way. And like I said, this is the last ditch attempt to get her to take them. So fingers crossed. She did manage to lick a bit of the paste up when we tried it earlier, when Hex tried it earlier. So maybe we might get lucky. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, she's contrary cat. We will see. We will. But yeah. Here we go. Get his lashes there. Don't have to do too much to his mouth, actually. His mouth is actually not too bad. That's not too bad. So it's not really a lot. If I zoom in, zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah, just get that. Have to get some brown. The noses are always difficult, but any luck we can get this. Not too bad. Anyways, I need a little bit of, probably a little bit of that. Actually zoom in on the my reference picture of the eyes. If it lets me. All right. Adding some detail in, make the eyes more interesting, make them twinkle. And let's see, let's see, let's see. I like John Banner. I thought he was a good actor. Let's see, that goes there like that. All right, let's zoom out. Zoom out of my reference. Alrighty, now, not a lot I need to do with this picture here. What I need to do is, let me zoom out of my picture and zoom out of my picture that you can see. Overall, really great work today. You've done so much. Thank you. This is yeah, I made a start on it, and I'm very happy with the way that turned out. It's not finished yet because I've still got a few more little bits to add, but the majority of it is done. So, and I'm happy with the way that's turned out. Let's just put some lines in here because I have to paint some. Oh, thank you, Rachel. That's very nice of you. So it does actually have, that was actually yellow in there. Huh, go figure. So that bit is blue, dark blue in here. Did not realize, there you are. And that bit is actually yellow. I did not realize that was yellow. Kind of makes sense because it's here. And that is actually a grey. I'll make sure. The little bird's wings. I have not finished yet. I'm still kind of working on it. There's still little tweaks to put in here and there, but it's not much left to do. So that's actually quite good. What I do have to do is it's just it's actually know what I have to do. Where's a pen? Where's my little inky felt tip liner things? There we are. Because I missed a line and I need to add it in. I can get it. I can't get my lid off my tip nibs. Tip nibs 0.1 will do. There is actually a area in here which I have to put in. Yeah, that's kind of more accurate. That was bugging me. And there was actually a more or less correct. You can add these things in afterwards. It's quite all right. Doesn't have to be super accurate. Rank. And I do like the little eagle up here. I will put him in, paint him in. And I do want to put some white paint on him. Not on the eagle, on the, well, yes, on the eagle too. So I will get some little white, tiny little bits. That is actually silver in here, so maybe I will get... Actually, I think a Payne's Grey would probably work diluted down for silver. So maybe I'll do that. I think it would. Usually use a carbon black, you know, like a grayscale, but I think this will work more or less good enough. It's the idea behind it anyway. It doesn't really matter if it's not super accurate. I do like this. Right, the last little bit to this, the last little trick is to get the white, which is this here. Again, Dr. P.H. Martin's famous favorite brand. And this is the best white I have ever found for my watercolor work. I wouldn't go back to any other brand. I used acrylic, I used white ink, I've used gel pens, I've used all sorts of stuff. I don't think any of it is as good as this. This stuff is really great. You can use it for, it's you know, make it opaque. It's quite thick. It's quite thick out of the jar. You can dilute it and use it in pens. It's actually waterproof. It's not waterproof. It's not waterproof, so it's not an ink. It doesn't dry flat like it's water. You know, you can dissolve it in water, but it's also very opaque. So it's great for ink work. Once you put the white down, a little bit goes a very, very long way. You can dilute it so that you can actually paint it and give it a kind of a white light feel about it. So For example, I could go, where's my little, this one. I don't actually want to use this. This is almost yellow, but never mind. I will, if I dilute it a little tiny bit so that it's mostly, I don't, that's a bit too watery. I don't want it that watery. And I go, you know, like this. So this doesn't show up, but there's actually scratches across here. Pits and scratches. I can make it quite light, or I can make it, you know, quite dense, like in here. I go in here, put a little bit of white in here, you know, use this belly of the thing in here, down here, put and can't really see what it's holding, but I'm gonna you can see that it's holding something, but it's also, there's white on the helmet, you know, where it's catching the light, so you can kind of paint over parts of it so you can see what it is, but you can't really see it clearly, which is exactly the situation I find myself in earlier when I was trying to work out how to do it. So that's how I want to do that. And then there's a little bit of white just in here. And there's also quite a sharp white along here. And this is why I don't like leaving the white at the page. I like to put it in afterwards. Have it as light or as diluted as I like, which is quite good. And then I can use a very fine brush, if I can find one. My other favorite brush, which is a really fine one. And I do like to add a bit of go over the highlights in the eyes and go over the highlights in the hair in here, because I couldn't put them in afterwards. So there was actually a lot of white in here, so putting them in afterwards is not a bad option. It looks weird, I know, but that's the bit that caught the light. And then there's other bits that caught the light, and here and there. And they're the bits you can add afterwards. If you try and paint around them so that, you know, so that you know, it's accurate, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. The details are too detailed, and trying to paint around a really fine line isn't going to work. Oh, I wish my cheek wasn't twitching so badly. So yeah, he's got some Just adds that extra little bit of believability. And sometimes you do have to add it in, otherwise it looks weird. And I won't paint them in at the time I paint them, because you can't. You have to paint them in afterwards. Let's see if I can actually get his beard hairs, mustache hairs. I'm almost done anyway, so this is what you can do when you get to the end. You just add this last little final touches, and it just makes it and of course little wispy mustaches and neatly trimmed, because his hair was actually white. You know, his hair, he was an older person whose hair was actually white. And a bit of white on his lip, highlight. And of course there is a highlight on his nose. There's always a highlight on people's noses. And sometimes you can't put it in, but and also can correct mistakes this way too. So if you make a mistake, you can in fact go back over it, paint over it, correct the mistake. And in this case I will add a little bit of light to his eyes. I do like to add the light to the eyes. Okay, so a little bit here. And a little bit in here. They're just little minor details. You don't have to add them, but I like to, because it just gives it that last few finishing touches that just makes it just, it's like the final thing, which kind of makes you go, I'm really happy with this. And this is where traditional watercolorists might balk, might go, oh, you shouldn't be adding white to things because, it's not a proper watercolor if you add white afterwards. But can you imagine painting around all the extra little twiddly white lines if you had to do, allow white? I mean, you can use masking fluid, but it always creates like a really, really hard line, and I don't like that. So, yeah, so I tend to like to do it afterwards. Add it in if it needs it. If it doesn't need to be added in. I won't add it in, but I do like to see if it does, and if it does, then I add it in. Not over the top, but I do like to kind of assess it. And if I go, this is a